Hello, my name is Sekit, and we are playing the Garden of Overworldly Delights. And we're here in a new creative world because I have been messing around with Cube.js and I've been looking at stuff that other people have done. And I think we may actually have managed to stop thermal lead and silver and occultism silver from generating, so it'll just be the Eidolon stuff. We'll find a cave eventually. Looks like there's one over here. I'll get up above it. Okay, what do we have here? We arcane crystal ore, Eidolon lead. Keep poking around, but I was seeing the thermal stuff really quickly. It's pretty common, or well, it was pretty common. Now, I'm not seeing it at all. So lead and silver, yeah, there's some lead. They'll be rare, but, with productive bees, you only need, like, a little bit, and then you can make a ton of it. Now, I don't know what that's going to mean for the ore already present in our world, but, I guess we'll find out. Okay, so the stuff that's in our world already here is still in our world, but it shouldn't be in your world when the pack becomes available. It turns out there's a config for those dryads for their bone meal, so I just turned it off. It's way too annoying. Last time, we set ourselves up just a very basic mana generation setup so that we can get ourselves mana steel, among other things. We will need mana steel to progress in most of the pack. The first thing that I want to make, we want to get into nature's aura first. Maybe it's just gold. Let's see. Here it is. Brilliant fiber. So we'll need some mana string too, and also some regular leaves. Now we've only got 2 string right now. We gotta go turn it into mana string. That'll be enough to get us started. Okay. Oh, do I not have enough leaves? Oh, I have plenty. I just somehow didn't craft properly. So, you don't get much, but you don't need much. It'll spread. And what you do is you right-click it on leaves. Now we have this group over here, isolated. And we have this group over here, isolated. Okay, it's been just a little while, and you can see the golden leaves are starting to spread. Well, we got a good amount of them. We'll either break the leaf blocks or probably just chop down the trees, and we'll get some gold leaf. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is extend this out. I think that much. Yeah. And then we're gonna see if we can't make this into a little circle here. Okay. I think that'll do. We'll just have to put a floor here. Now the next thing we're gonna do is with some slabs and some of those panels from Donum, we're gonna make a kind of really shallow pitch roof right here that's gonna go, this part of the porch is gonna be covered. You can make these panels in here, and they're really cool. We'll do a bunch of full. We got some mahogany planks. Probably don't need this many, but we're gonna have this many. You know, whoops, that's the wrong thing. A lot of things in my inventory kind of look the same. That's not how we want that to go. We can put these down flat, right? Yeah. So we might have to get up there on its level. Alright, I got a plan. There we go. Now we'll take that off. And we'll just go ahead. Whoops. Wrong block again. Oh, really? This is gonna be a huge pain. Okay, it's gonna be a pain, but it's gonna be worth it. Just to put a border on it here, we've got these stripped mahogany walls that we can get out of the architect's cutter. And then along here, we're gonna have these panels. There we go. Give it kind of a lattice thing. Now, while we were doing that, it looks like this set here is just about ready. We're just gonna chop the trees down. You could break the leaves one by one if you wanted to, but this works just fine. Now you can see all of the gold leaf falling down. We're gonna need a good amount of this stuff. Now, one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make ourselves some wooden stands. Very cool. We're gonna get a couple of saplings, because we're gonna get going. So where's our oak? Here we go. We're gonna get going with the ritual of the forest. Now, one thing we can do with the gold leaf is we can make gold powder, and we're gonna be using this for quite a number of things. We're gonna set this up right here. It starts with a tree. And there is a guidebook, you can look it up, exactly how to do this. But what you do is you take some gold powder, like so. And then you take the wooden stands, and in a pattern that's likely familiar to you if you've played modded Minecraft in the modded era. No, that's a bit too close, isn't it? Where is it? I felt the nausea. Maybe not. That's a bit too close. Let's get these in their proper places. Okay, yeah, I think that's what we're looking for. What we're gonna make first is an ancient sapling, and you can look up recipes for this stuff in JI. Doesn't matter where you start, but you do have to do it in order. So we got a sugarcane. What's up, hippies? And a sapling. And then on this side it's seed, gold leaf, and dandelion. So we got seed, gold leaf, and dandelion. And you can wait for the tree to grow, in which case you'll have to have something out here to pick up the item. Or you'll just, you can just use bone meal, and it's fine. This is how all rituals with the ritual of the forest work. It's always that same gold powder pattern, sapling in the middle, items on the pedestals. This thing, the ancient sapling, this thing is going to produce aura for us. Now, aura is the power of the mod. Sort of like mana's the power of Botania. And the simplest way to replenish it in an area is to grow one of these trees. Now each chunk has a certain amount of aura in it. I'm going to shave that right in half. And doing rituals like this and pretty much everything else you do with nature's aura uses it up. This tree will replenish it at the cost of its leaves, and you'll see the leaves decay. When there's no leaves left, you need to plant another tree. Or, replenish the aura some other method. Now, I went ahead and cleared out some land over here. And I had this on film, but I lost the film. I also made a natural altar with the Ritual of the Forest. It's just another Ritual of the Forest recipe. Now, there's a multi-block that goes with it. And we are going to need some of these golden stone bricks that you make with vanilla stone bricks and brilliant fiber. We're just going to do it right out here. Let's get this thing. Natural altar. Here we go. Let's get the visualization mechanic going. And then you just, you can follow it along in the book or down here on the ground as you please. And now it's all finished up. What these little particle effects going in here mean is that it's, this block is sucking up some of the aura that's present in this chunk and putting it in a buffer. Again, the leaves from the ancient tree will replace it until there's no more leaf left. Now, we want to see what's going on out here. And we're going to want to make ourselves an environmental eye. And that means we're going to have to go find a spider. I thought I had a spider eye, but I do not. There are some caves around here somewhere. Let's see. That's not much of a cave right there, is it? Alright, I know we heard zombies out here somewhere. Let's see if we can find ourselves a spider. Does it go anywhere? Oh, it's one of the old school caves. Ah, here we go. Much better. Well, I found something. Bone Knight? Holy crow. Dangerous down here, folks. Well, we'll just have to be careful and keep an eye on the leaves of our ancient tree here till we get our hands on a spider eye. I guess the first thing we'll do with this is we'll make some infused iron. This stuff is also going to be very important to us as we go through the pack. And as we're doing this, we're using up some of the aura in the buffer here, which is using up some of the aura in the area. And as you can see, the leaves are decaying as the tree replaces it. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a runic altar. We just need a mana diamond and some living rock. And we're good to go. We'll be using this to make all kinds of things, really. So I should make a little structure for it. Now we're going to connect all this stuff with the living wood planks up with something. We'll just put this down here. And I got another mana spreader here next to the mana pool. And we'll hook them right up. Now we'll be using the runic altar for quite a number of things in this pack. But the first thing that we want to work towards is a terrestrial agglomeration plate. We're going to need these basic runes, and they all kind of rhyme. They're a piece of mana powder and mana steel. Mana powder we can get just from throwing redstone here in the mana pool, and then 3 different ingredients. We'll also need our Wand of the Forest and a Living Rock. Already got a good amount of mana steel. Go ahead and make the mana dust. And then what we do is we just right-click the ingredient. Whoops. If you right-click with an empty hand, you take the ingredient off. And we got a fishing rod and a bone meal. And when there's a valid recipe, it'll just start. And we can see the mana coming from the pool into this spreader, into this thing. And what we need to do is have some living rock ready. Because when that little thing shows that it's full, when the altar is full of mana, we're going to right-click with the living rock and then right-click with the Wand of the Forest. And that should get us 2 runes of water. Wonderful. Now the other runes here, kind of rhyme with them. The only one that's significantly different is the rune of mana, and we'll need a mana pearl for that. So it is again the next day for me, and we are 525 custom recipes deep. I've also put an alpha version of the pack out on CurseForge under review, so it'll be playable. The progression is basically done. Most of the mods are completely done. A few of them, there's just some early items that have recipes changed to show where they are in the progression. So there's that. We are out here because we got to do some exploring. And this iron armor is okay, but I would rather have mana steel. And it's it's about as good as iron, but it is more enchantable. So there's that. Also looks very fancy. There's a couple of things we need out in the wide world. I'm going to grab some villagers. We do have the Easy Villagers mod. We'll be able to pick them up and put them down and cycle the trades. We will not be able to craft the little blocks for quite a while. We will be able to craft them eventually, but we'll just be able to move them at first. Let's see, are there any around? I'll grab an extra bed as long as we're here. I see a little baby. All you have to do, once we catch up with one or two, is shift right click him and you'll pick him up as an item. You can right click him right back down. There we go. One baby villager. Wonderful. Okay, there's still 2 villagers running around. We also picked up this villager hat from Artifacts. That's going to be one of the things with this pack. Early on, you'll want to do some exploration because the stuff that you find in the world is going to be better than the stuff you have access to, at least immediately. We saw one of these towers in the first world. We're going to leave the gems behind. They don't stack, and we've only got so much room. But we're definitely going to take the books and the TNT. Wonderful. Oh. Let's get these books. All the books. And then in here. Okay. That's not bad. In that village, we also found some sturdy bee cages. And as long as we're... Even better, I'll just take the bee in the nest. As long as we're out here in the desert, we might as well grab some bees that we won't see anywhere but here. Let's put that reed bee back down, see if we can get it to go home. Go on, go home. I don't know what this is up here. That's a dungeon crawl structure. We gotta mark that. We'll want to come back here. What is this? Oh, okay, it's another... It's a reskin of the Apotheosis Tower that we were in before. Very cool. Because I need lots of books. Alright, what do we have here? We have... That looks fancy. Flame? That we need. Oh. Oh, I'll take mending. That's awesome. I've come all the way back here to spawn. Because we saw this thing right when we started the world, and I would like to rob it. Okay. Have all this precious TNT. And let's see what we have here. We got another bee cage. That's nice. This is free mana. Take the gunpowder and the string and the food. Don't really need those enchantments. Okay, here we go. This will give us +1 armor just right away. So that's nice. We got Tablet of Summon Animals. Okay, we won't be able to use it for a while. We got a Tattered Tome. Got some Arcane Essence that we need. Another one of those. And a Whirly Sprig Shard. Again, we won't be able to use that for a while, but it's definitely good to have. Go on, clock. And then finally... Okay, so no artifacts, but we'll take that iron shovel. And we can lighten our load a little bit just by using these. We'll give you some experience when you right-click him, as well as you'll see those knowledge points. You'll unlock stuff in the Enigmatic Legacies mods manual. Now this is eventually going to be a barn for some livestock, but until we have a better place to put these guys, we're just gonna make some little boxes. We got a brewing stand, we got 2 fletching tables. We can just come up here and drop our guys in. Very nice. We'll want to cover them up top too. Now, the easy villagers, well, we'll have to wait until they take their stations here, won't we? It won't take long. Okay, now we're talking. So let's go ahead and make some sticks. Now we're gonna make ourselves 2 stick and arrow mans. There we go. Let's see. Let's go ahead and assign that to a key. And as we go, we'll start leveling the cleric up. And hope we can get some ender pearls out of this guy. What do we got next here? We got lapis. There we go. You gonna level up again? Yes, you are. Alright, be a little while longer. Well, no such luck this time. Okay, 3rd cleric's the charm. We're gonna need a few more than that, but that'll get us started. And I think that's gonna about do it for this time, folks. Thanks so much for watching. I'll let everybody know when the pack's available on the Curse Launcher. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.